Let's go. I'm going to try to talk about some swing set faith here. And it's not like you think, but I recorded a video earlier and it was only 11 seconds. So I don't think I did it right. Let's try this again and see if we can make it happen. I'm going to give it one more college try, as they say. But hey, have you ever doubted God? Have you ever walked through a season of your life and struggled with your faith? Struggled to obey? Struggle to see the miraculous? I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I have. I've struggled tremendously. And in the process of struggling, something happened that I did for my life that I think will help you through your season of struggle as well. And as always, I'd love to hear what you've struggled with and how you've approached God and what you've done that has helped you through your season. But Exodus chapter 7, verses 8 through 9 says this: The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, when Pharaoh says to you, perform a miracle, then say to Aaron, take your staff and throw it down before Pharaoh, and it will become a snake. So I thought immediately this was pretty interesting that Moses was like, oh, Pharaoh just asked for a sign. Hey, buddy, will you throw down your staff and make it a snake? You know, if I was Moses and he's had this back and forth with God the whole time, I'd be like, hey, God, why does my older brother get to perform this cool miracle that his staff turns into a snake and eats all the other snakes? Pretty boss. He doesn't. He just walks in obedience. And as a result, God's miraculous takes the platform. And it made me think and ponder this question. Why do we ask when we doubt? Because if Pharaoh sees this miraculous and Pharaoh sees these signs, but his heart is hard. And if the Pharisees of the New Testament ask for a sign and their hearts are hard, is mine? No. And I think about Thomas, doubting Thomas in the New Testament where Jesus died. You know, Thomas is this disciple of Jesus. And he's like, no way, he's risen. Jesus is risen from the dead. And Thomas is like, I don't believe it. You have to touch his scars. And I know that deep down inside Thomas's heart, and potentially, um, maybe not, because God just has that much mercy. But for the sake of this truth, I know that deep down inside Thomas's heart, he wants to believe. God said, "Seek me with all your heart, and you'll find me." He says that throughout all of Scripture. I'm reminded of when Jesus said, "Hey, you know, I want you to want to be healed. Do you want to be healed?" And in John 5, he says, yeah, I want to be healed. God is revealing the power of asking, the power of the miraculous sign. Maybe not from this verse, but this is where it led me. I get a little bit squirrely, but uh, this is kind of what it led me to today, and I hope it encourages you. But I think about in seasons of struggle when my obedience has led to a reward. Like, how do you describe that reward? What does that look like? Did God give me a house? Did God give me, you know, uh, it's a part of it more strategically and more fitting than you think. I like to think of it this way: obedience and faithfulness, and God rewards you. Think about a playground set. I'm a father. I can't wait to build a playground for my daughters, and I have a manual to do it. I can do it one of two ways. The first way, I can build it without the manual, and catastrophe could happen. Sophia can pop on that swing, and her butt could pop right off, and she'll break her arm because the screw's not in the right place. Or what I will do is read the manual and follow the instructions and build this swing set. And a part of the instructions and part of the building process was the reward of a solid foundation and the joy of using it. Does that make sense? It made sense for me, that picture, right? So when we read the Bible and walk in obedience, the peace and the hope that is associated with me making a good decision to buy that house is a part of it. It's a part of that obedience that I walk through by saying, this is what Scripture is telling me. It's what God is telling me. I need to put it into practice and take steps of faith. So no matter the season I'm in, I'm challenged, and I hope you are too, to obey. And I'm confident of this. We will see more than the miraculous of God. And I'm pumped for that. It's a great journey to be on. So join me. Join me in obedience. Join me on this beautiful journey of joy and peace and hope and so much more.